Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with the Daily Scare Share. And I actually picked a mask. I didn't know what it was, but it looks like I'm a flower child with a little light on me and a headband. So that's pretty awesome. I like it. I actually like it. It messes with my light, but my light's always messed up anyway. Today, day actually 395 of the Daily Scare Share. Doing one thing a day that stretches my comfort zone or scares me a little bit from the little journal type book, Do One Thing a Day That Scares You. And I started it last year, and I didn't start at the beginning of the book because about 6 or 7 times I'd started the book before and I didn't finish it. So I wanted to go back and cover all the pages so that you have everything that's in this amazing little journal type book and can do it along with me if you so choose. And it's just a matter of thinking about every single day, picking one thing that you can do that stretches your comfort zone a little bit and moves you toward what you want. That's what the project's all about. So today is what I call a sayings day, and I need my magnifying glass to read it, of course. It says, "For my part, I travel not to go anywhere, but to go. I travel for travel's sake. The great affair is to move." And I call this one the great affair, move, the great affair. And I'm sure the great affair stirred up all kinds of thoughts and feelings for anyone and for you. I know it triggered me for some things. And let's see who said this. Robert Louis Stevenson said this. Now, this is one of the pages from, 2014 that I missed it, or I skipped it, or I didn't. My father was diagnosed with brain cancer, so I stopped doing this book. Actually, for the second time, I stopped doing it. The first time I stopped doing it, my ICD went off, my box went off, and I took some time off. Then my father was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and he died in about a month from the time he fell really ill and they figured out what was going on with him to when he actually passed away. It was only about a month. So I didn't do this book. I admitted I quit doing it. And then I picked it up again after he passed away, but right before his funeral. So I'll talk about that tomorrow. But today I had, for some reason, missed this page. I don't know why, if I subliminally skipped it or I knew I wasn't be traveling or going anywhere and I didn't really think about or understand it, but I pretty much wasn't doing the book back then. But as I think about this, the challenge says when I moved, or where I moved today, like where I moved. And I'm thinking about ing words that end in ing, because action and motion and movement and going and doing and being and having, to me, are what makes my fear of anything and stretching my comfort zone easy. Because if I'm moving and taking action, I get momentum. And I'm not afraid. When I'm moving and doing and acting, I might be afraid when I initially take that first step. But once I get moving, I'm not afraid anymore. And my comfort zone kind of naturally stretches. It's easy to try and do and make new things. It's the hardest. I joke about this, but I tell my kids, because they're not morning people, the hardest thing you will ever do on any given day is get out of bed. The momentum that it takes and the energy and the drive and the motivation that it takes to actually physically get out of bed in the morning is the hardest thing we really need to do, the vast majority of us, on any given day. Because once you get out of bed and you start moving, you get momentum and it's easy to go throughout your day. That's why so many people hit the snooze button. When I was a kid, when I was younger, I would hit the snooze button too. And I learned when I was a teenager, if I was going to be ready for school on time and not miss the bus and have to ride my bike or get a ride to school, begging and calling someone to give me a ride to school, I had to get up on time. Now, I learned that I couldn't hit the snooze button on my clock or I would never be ready on time, because teenage girls, there were 4 of us all getting ready in bathrooms, it takes a while to get ready. So that's another story. My whole point is moving, momentum. Once you get moving, once you take action, everything becomes easier. So today, what can you do to move for movement's sake? What are some ing words? Pay attention when you're going about your day to the words that you're using in your head and as you're traveling about your day that end in ing, because those are action words. Those are verbs. Verbs are action words, right? Remember that from English class? So what are you doing? What are you inging all day long? Pay attention. Share in the comments below. I would love to know what you're doing and how you're moving today. I'm actually physically moving, so I've talked about that a lot because it's a huge project for me and a huge undertaking. So that's it. Not really very scary to move. I mean, it is for some of us, but it's a lot less scary to move and take action and to stretch our comfort zone than it is to look back and regret the actions we didn't take. The smiles we didn't smile at people, the hugs we didn't give them, the moves we didn't make, the people we didn't tell we love them and now they're gone. There's so many things like that, and I want you to never regret anything. Better to take action and deal with the consequences if they don't turn out perfect than to regret never having taken any action at all. At least that's my perspective. So go out, make it an awesome day. Don't be scared because you know you got this. You've survived every day so far, so you're going to keep surviving. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.